Hello everyone, welcome to today's stream. And today we're not going to draft because the new alchemy set is out. And there is an event into the future where you can play with some of the you can play a couple of decks that wizards have built, and you can try them out. You get a bit of XP, and you can get a couple of wild cards. You can get 3 wild cards, which is nice. So let's have a look. What do they have? Blue white looks good. Maybe I'll try that one first. Let's have a quick look. I don't really want to think around too much with the decks. We'll see what they are. I might try out different ones. I like this kind of event because a lot of people who play casually or for free don't have a crazy amount of white cards. So this kind of event gives people the opportunity to try out a larger selection and larger pool of cards. And we get a cool pilot. This should be a fun card. If we get any good vehicles, just a moment, I'll put on my glasses. Usually I know the cards quite well, but these ones are new, so I might read more. And so, experimental pilot is what we have. Ward 2. We're going to open with this card. Ward 2 sounds good, it's safe to play. They won't be able to remove it for a couple of turns. Discard 2 cards, draft a card from Experimental Pilot's spellbook. Experimental Pilot crews vehicles as though its power were 2 greater. So it can cruise 3 vehicles. And then if we right click on it, we can see what kind of things we can draft from its spellbook. Nothing super powerful or amazing, although Bankbuster is a good card. Mech isn't a bad card either. If you get lucky and you get the option to choose those ones, you're quite well off. But of course there are 15 cards and it's going to be pretty random what you get. I think here we're just going to go with the Smiths and yeah, fair enough. And the opponent also has a decentish card. Well, I want to keep my pilot. So opponent has Cameo Bamboo Grooves, 1 mana 1/1. And Cameo Bamboo Grooves is an enchantment creature as well, so it synergizes with the enchantments. There's a nice land too. This looks a bit like the bamboo forest in Kyoto in Arashiyama, next to the UNESCO World Heritage Site, Buddhist Zen Temple. When Cameo Bamboo Grooves enters the battlefield, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tab, so it helps you to ramp or curve out. Yes, Miss can go. And what else does it do? For 3, you can channel it and conjure 2 forests into your hand. I mean, that's sort of decent. If you have any good enchantment synergies, then this is a good card. If you don't, it's pretty mediocre though. Well, we need to do damage, right? So we have to do something. It would have been nice to pump the Smiths, but then this one's never gonna go online. So Eganjo can get back something if opponent chooses to discard. So this is like a white-green ramp deck. So they can bring back the Kami. I see. That's okay, nothing bad. And if they can play a land, but they discarded land, oh, they have more. Okay. So this is what Kami does. Oh, and they have Inquisitor Captain. Oh, that's always good. Yeah. That's a very good card. The previous release of Alchemy was all about Inquisitor Captain at the beginning. And then people gradually discovered the strength of Whelp, Townraiser, Tyrant, and Connoisseur. And Connoisseur became a major force. Yep. Oh, that's nice. That's a good card. And we can go with that. And so we can crew the mech with the pilot. And the mech can go in. We can start attacking. We're not gonna go in with the mechanic. I might keep this because I might want to draft something from the spellbook, although I think going up to 4 lands is pretty reasonable. Yeah. Yeah, that should synergize nicely with Prodigy's prototype. Architect of Restoration. Right. We don't really have much going on. We're going to give full priority. Shall we remove the captain? Yeah, I think getting rid of captain is not bad. We don't need the mechanics at the moment, and recovery unit should be able to get them back eventually. Okay. So this is the new ninja for 3. Whenever Jukai Liberator deals combat damage to a player, choose land or non-land, seek a permanent card of the chosen kind. That's a very strong card. It's very good card advantage. This could even be played in a decent mono green deck for more card advantage besides the pack leader. Right. I think I'm gonna go with this. And we sit back for the moment. I don't really want. Yeah, I don't really want my opponent to attack a lot. Yeah. That's right. I'm having a couple of cashews and almonds meanwhile. They're very healthy, good source of nutrition. I'm gonna do a long run later today. I hope to go for something like 10-12 kilo. I did an easy 9 kilo jog a couple of days ago. Ooh, another new card. This is very good. I like this event. It really does give you a chance to see the new cards in action. So you can choose as a 2-mana 2/2. Each permanent card in your hand perpetually becomes an artifact in addition to its other types. Oh my god, yep. I mean, the combo potential of this card is perverted. Yeah, this is just a bit ridiculous. This is just a bit ridiculous. Do they have another ninjutsu card? Well, we're not going to sacrifice the mech to Catilda. Yeah, they have another copy. Wow, that's bad. So either everything in your hand perpetually becomes an artifact, or everything in your hand perpetually becomes an enchantment. I mean, that's in an enchantment deck, it can be quite bonky, because if you could reliably get this, sadly this one is not an enchantment creature itself or artifact creature itself. If it would be perversely strong. But I think even so, this is a very, very good card. We're just gonna crew our mobilizer mech and the prototype, and I don't know, are we gonna go with both? Yeah, I guess we can go with both, that's fine. Okay. I don't mind. Yep, sure. It's pretty insane number of creatures and artifacts I got. But I guess there has to be a very high density for the synergies to work, and Also, you can choose in both cases. But it only affects the things that are in your hand at the moment when you cast it. That's a little bit of a shame, though. Yeah. So Smith becomes a 4/4, and I can still crew that with the little pilot token. Yeah, that's okay. So we have 2 good blockers. That's fine. Wow, and they get another captain off the top. That's pretty lucky. Or maybe they conjured it with the Liberator. I think opponent is taking over the game. Most of the decks feel very much like starter decks. They're very dirtly, and I've really only seen creatures so far, so they're very, very simple. But you know, that's okay for starters, and it's fine. The main thing is that we can see what the cards do, really. I'm gonna use the ability. I'm just curious to see how the spellbook plays out. Actually, Mac is quite good. I think I like Mac. But the Stomper is pretty fun as well. Stomper can be a very good blocker. But I can't cast it, I only have 5 mana anyway. Chariot could be okay with first strike. Yeah, I think I'm okay with the Mindlink Mac. And should we get anything back? I mean, we could attack with the recovery unit. But it would die, we would get back a Smith, but I mean, it doesn't do as much good, does it? Not really. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, discarding 2 cards is just too expensive unless you're really flooding out badly. Yeah, we're just gonna double block Catilda. It's getting a bit annoying that it's getting in and it's growing and it's being used to ninjutsu things since, so we have to get rid of it. Yep, very good. Mobilizer goes down, that's perfectly fine with me. Oh, Catilda has Disturb. That's pretty annoying. It's pretty annoying. Yeah. Fragment Reality. Exile target non-token artifact, creature, or enchantment. Its controller puts a random creature card with lesser mana value from their library onto the battlefield tapped. Well, let's have a go at it. That's exiled, and that was a good deal. I think that was a pretty good deal. I liked that. That was cool. Okay, and I think I'm just gonna go. I mean, why not? And we can get back the Mobilizer Mac. Sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to take out, well, not just try, but they're successfully going to take out the recovery unit. Oh, they're also taking out the Smith. Oh well, whatever. Fair enough. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to kill the Liberator, and yeah, that's about it. Not much else I can do here, but it's fun. It's fun. This game is just for fun. And it has been fun. And it's just good to try out all the new cards. I mean, that's what this is really all about. I don't care so much about winning here. What I do care here is to see the new cards do their thing. Because that's what helps us to decide whether or not we want to play them, right? Everything is a rare, though. That's pretty nasty, right? I mean, I understand. Jukai Liberator. Is it the third Jukai Liberator my opponent drew in their top 20? Wow. Oh, their Inquisitor Captain is bringing them into. Yeah. I honestly think Fragment Reality should be uncommon at best. Yeah. This is the third Inquisitor Captain, third Jukai Liberator. Wow, nice synergy. I think I know which deck I'm going to play next. Definitely not the blue one, vehicles. It's weird, right, with the vehicles, because even though you get this kind of tokens and you get a little bit of help with crewing your vehicles, um, it's just not enough to actually help you be on board, because you might have 2-3 vehicles, but you have to tap all your creatures to actually man them. So, yep, good run. Let's concede. Well done, opponent. We saw the decks in action, and that was really rather good fun. And nice, nice, nice. So we're gonna change decks. We're gonna have a look now at the black-red. I'm really curious about how that plays out and what kind of cards they added. Alchemy is weird. I've never spent actual money on it because the cards don't have any value, not even a virtual value, right? These cards are really changed all the time, up and down, so they have zero value. They're just there for you to have fun with. So, spending money on it is really definitely a very, very bad deal. But they're fun, and I have a bunch of wild cards, so I might as well craft a few of them. What is hard to know is, I don't really play Alchemy, the format, and I like historic, but historic is just changing so fast now. It's very hard to know which archetype is worth investing in. So, for example, fragment reality can be a really good spell in it can be a really good spell in a white deck, a Vini deck, because it can exile anything. But at the same time, of course, you don't want. Oh wow, this is a very strong ability. This is a very strong ability. This is a very fun, interesting ability. So we could just kill this guy here and get in, and maybe we'll cycle with the blood token. Oh, Kami of Transmutation again. Cool. So you can make everything an enchantment, and then whatever you cast will bring back the Kami of Transience to your hand. That's nice synergy. That's very nice synergy. But here I think we're going to get rid of the Shambling Ghast. It's a bit too late for that card. Soul Ripper. Soul Ripper is nice though. Let's play the Connoisseur. Again, Catilda. Naughty, naughty, naughty. So yeah, I would never spend actual money on. Oh, sorry, it comes back when an enchantment card was put into your graveyard from the battlefield. I see. But using white cards to have fun is perfectly fine for me. If I have money, I want to do different things with it, right? I want to buy something nice for my family. Yeah. Can play around a bit with the Shambling Ghast, and if it comes back repeatedly, that's pretty good, right? So in theory, Shambling Ghast should come back now. No? Ah, so if something dies, then the Shambling Ghast will come back. I see. That's pretty good still. This has protection from vampire. How naughty. How very, very naughty. Unbelievable. Let's just go with the connoisseur and I'm gonna see. Oh really? They don't block? Interesting. Okay, that's gonna come. And then I think we're gonna use the harvester on the Cameo of Transience. Yeah, white green just seems to be the best, right? Activate only as a sorcery. I see. Well, we're gonna get rid of this, that's for sure. Okay, that brings back the cast. That's very nice. It's actually quite fun. And we have a bunch of cards. We've almost flipped the Bloodcaster. And yeah, we can't use this yet. But we're gonna go in with everything. Coming of Morning, I like this card. I think this is very synergistic, and playing it in something like, imagine this in a sack deck. You have a Shambling Ghast or a cat that comes back for free without you having to sacrifice your food, and then you have something else that you sack. I wonder though what 2-mana card you could sack repeatedly. Because what dies? It has to be a creature, and it has to be greater mana value. Difficult. So a cat sacked doesn't bring back another cat. It can bring back an Ornithopter, which is 0 mana. But we would basically need some good. Well, Twitch is also 1 mana. The mana value is 1. I wonder what could be. What could be sacked beneficially? Do they have the ninja? Or do they want to draw a card? I think I'm okay with trading there. Somehow I feel that I don't mind if I have a bunch of stuff in my graveyard. Maybe this deck has some way of making use of that. Sure. I mean, if you bounce your lifelink creature, which has protection from vampires against a vampire deck, that's fine. But I think opponent also just wants to try out the new cards. To be honest, I have never played with Bloodcaster. I'm not even sure whether I have a copy of Bloodcaster or not. I haven't drafted Midnight Vows so much. Or what's that? The Wedding, the Vampire set. Oh, another morning. That's nice. That's actually nice. We're gonna play that and put it on. What should we put it on? Let's put it on the other Kami. And let's crew this. And let's go. Do we have lethal? I think we have lethal. Sacrifice another creature. I think we're okay. We can sack that. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, that was nice. Red black seems decent. Good. We got our first rare wild card as well. It should be an alchemy card, right? A new alchemy card. The card that we get. Yeah, so we get Conductive Current. Conductive Current deals 3 damage to each creature. That's nice, although for 3 red it's not great, right? Because we have Anger of the Gods and Sweltering Suns, which do this for 1 and 2 red. And we also have Deafening Clarion, which does it for 1 and 1 white, 1 red. So this is 3 damage to each creature. Choose an instant or sorcery card in your hand. It perpetually gains. So this spell would deal non-combat damage to a permanent or player. Non-combat damage. So for example, you have a lightning bolt or a shock. That would be deal non-combat damage to a permanent or player. So you can fire it at a creature or a player. It deals that much damage plus 2. So your shock can do 4 damage for 1 mana. I think that's a really fun card for burn decks. That's something I would want to try out. Okay, this deck, I liked it. Let's try the red-white. What does that do? I think they released a couple of new samurai. I guess that's going to be the area that they're trying to make more viable. Let's just say that samurai didn't actually come true as a force. Oh, okay, we get one of these guys. I think this is a reasonably strong hand. We can't cast our 2 samurai, and we have 2 removal spells, but that's nice. I mean, we can just go first with the usher and keep getting in with the usher, and then make tokens. Use our spells to clean the board, so the usher can get in. Everyone seems to be playing the green-white. I guess if you want to win, maybe that's the easiest, or maybe that's the most fun, that's the most synergistic. Well, I mean, blue-white was very synergistic, but it was just weak, right? So it didn't do enough, obviously. So it was sort of fun, but like not amazing. We're gonna play the Sundown Pass and then just try to cast the Blade Master. And that's gonna be nice, because if I can attack with the Usher, then we get to get something from the Blade Master's spell book. I mean, nothing amazing in here. Some positively bad cards, like Eiganjo Uprising, but overall it's decentish. I don't really want to attack into that, though. No, sorry, mate. Not a chance. I'm just gonna keep getting in. I've seen this card enough times already to know that it's a bit annoying and busted. Aha, and the friend is here. Yeah, I'm not sure it was a wise decision to put this card into this format. Yeah, I just don't think this was a super duper wise decision. Yeah. Not great. Anyway, no text for the turn. Yeah, I mean, this card is just much stronger than most of the other alchemy cards, and it's definitely much stronger than these kind of fun cards like Ryu and, oh, beautiful. Okay, I'm definitely gonna play green-white to get my cards. That's obvious. It's the way to do it. If you want to get your cards, play green-white. No reason for you not to block, right? Sure. Let's kill that then. And let's keep getting in for 2. Not in this case, though. Yeah, I mean, with 2 card draw engines, the deck is a little bit above the others, plus really efficient removal and actually synergizing powerful creatures. I'm not sure this deck needs Cathilda so much. Might have been. Yeah, I think they were not really proportionate when they built this. Oh well, that's life. Happens, right? But it shouldn't. I mean, to be honest, it shouldn't happen. To be honest, it shouldn't happen. Yeah, no, that's right. This shouldn't happen actually. They seem to be sitting on their reliquary. Or maybe they have a removal spell, I don't know, but either way, it's not very nice. It's a very, very casual format. Please don't be rude and sit on your triggers. It doesn't matter. Don't do this. It's not nice. Not a good thing. It's not a competitive format. You don't have to win at all cost. Yeah, opponent is just very slow, obviously. Take it to Kami. They have the 6/6 flying lifelink. Sure. Sure. And a land. So obviously they were just sitting on their reliquary and not doing anything. And again, they're doing the same. Just sitting on it. I don't know why some people are like this. I wish we wouldn't have to deal with this kind of players. It's not good for the game. This is why they would need to make the timers much stricter. If in real life someone does this, you obviously just tell them to get on with the game. There's absolutely no reason for this. And if someone does it once, you're like, sure, you're playing, you got a phone call, you have to take care of your little child or whatever. But if someone does this every time at every step, then obviously they're just being slow. Okay, whatever. Oh, we get a new creature. Right. Let's see if you have no other creature cards in hand, or if the only other creature cards in your hand are named Monster Rider Cavalry. That's horrible. That's just not a good card. That's just really a rather bad card. A rather bad card. Okay, we're gonna pump our Usher to make it nice and big. And then just go in with the Usher and give it lifelink. And that way we can stay in the game for a little while longer. Interesting things. The cavalry doesn't look bad in theory. It actually looks good. It actually does look rather good. No, the +1/+1 is great on it. So if you can dump your hand and then... Oh wow, that's pretty good. If you can dump your hand and then go for it. I'm even thinking it might be better to go in with the cavalry now. I think we're just gonna race. This is pretty cool. It gets lifelink, and we can draft maybe. Yeah, captain is good. Your creature for next turn. We get 10 lifelink. It's pretty good, yeah. Wow, I'm very surprised that red-white is so synergistic. But yeah, this is working very neatly. This is working very neatly. This is working super duper neatly. Yeah, okay, so we can do this, we can do this, and we can attack again, this time for 11. 3 abilities. Echo is nice. I think I'm gonna still cast, still drop the will. Making this indestructible should be very good. Wow, get a lot of +1s. That was interesting. That was a big surprise. I didn't think this deck could win. Um, hmm. So actually the Moth is good. Pretty good. The Moth seems to be pretty powerful. Moth Rider, Cavalry. Yeah, this could be in some kind of mono white or primarily white aggro deck, maybe even Orzo. Could be pretty good. Is this the... Okay, there are 2 alchemy cards in this one. There are no alchemy. There are no new lands, so yeah. They put basically 4 Blade Masters in there and 4 Cavalries. Huh. Okay. Was there anything else that's interesting in this one? Ethereal Escort. 2/2, 3 mana, life linker. When Ethereal Escort, no, 3/3, sorry, for 3 mana. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, choose a card in your hand which perpetually gains life. Gosh. Why not something good though? Dragonfly Pilot, that's cute, okay. Whenever it enters the battlefield, conjure a dragonfly suit into your hand. Oh, that's actually a good card. I like that. That's a pretty fun and super flavorful, cute card. Fragment Reality is very, very good. That card, we're gonna see that a lot. Pilot is just not good, I think. Having to pitch 2 cards is a nice out if you're flooding, but yeah, it's just not that good. Yeah, Connoisseur is obviously very good. We've seen that at the recent championship last weekend. Many people who top 8'd played a full playset of it. Coming of Morning is good. I think there is some kind of potential there. We have to think a little bit about what kind of thing it goes well with. But for example, if you can pitch a Blood Artist or a Forgotten Priest of Forgotten Gods or something like that, then it can be super good. Yeah, that's interesting. And then Brittle Blast is the other one. It's 3 mana, uncommon instant. Creatures and planeswalkers your opponent control perpetually gain this permanent to die, exile it instead. And it does 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. So against some decks, this might be a very neat sideboard deck. This might be a good sideboard card. Alright. Cool. Claim our prize. What did we get? We got a Geist Channeler, which I think was from the previous set, right? This is not a new one. Yeah. Yeah, this was the previous set. Okay, let's try out the green white, and hopefully get our last win. And then maybe we play maybe twice, or we go back to the red black one time just to give someone a free win. We're gonna play a little bit and then probably just concede so that someone gets their wild card. This is a fun format. This one, don't be competitive. Bounce on the wins, and if everyone would do that, it would be very easy and quick for everyone to get the needed 3 wild cards. And then if you want to play around more. Just make sure you pass on 1 or 2 wins. Don't be hyper competitive. This is really not the format for that. This is neat. I might as well just attack with the Thunder Cruise and Genjutsu in this. My opponent didn't like it, or they are just passing on the win. Yeah, fair enough. We're gonna play one more with this, and then probably just let the opponent win at the end. Because I have my 3 wild cards, there's no reason to play this competitively. I think this one was also from the previous. Yeah, this one was also from the previous set. And I already tried one of this card in Control. And on paper it looks good, but it was extremely unreliable, so yeah, it just didn't do enough. Especially in a control deck, you do need more reliability and selection. Sure, let's give it a go. We can ramp pretty efficiently here with the Kami. Oh no, we can't really because we don't have green. It's annoying. But still, it's okay. We're not. There's no pressure on us to do well. We have our 3 wild cards that we could get out of the event. And yeah, this was quite fun. It was nice to see what kind of cards there are, what can be played. Kudos to Wizards. It's nice to get a couple of free wild cards while you can also give it a go and try out new things they've just released. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just ramp here a little bit. And no need to play this yet. We might want to use this as removal. These samurai are a little bit naughty and dangerous. No blocks. We're going to probably Ninjutsu in the Liberator, maybe? Not sure. Well, let's see whether or not there are opponent blocks. If they do, we can just remove their creature with the aggro. If they don't, we can just Ninjutsu. Okay, we're gonna remove that so they don't get to draft. That's fine with me. Next turn we can still double spell if we want to. Maybe just playing the Liberator for 3 would have been okay. Yeah, I think I'm too focused on trying to ninjutsu it in. Yeah, that's how I feel. It's still good for 3 mana. Of course it's better for 2 mana, but in the end you do end up playing 3 mana, right? Because if you want to replay your Kami, you do have to spend an extra mana. Yeah, ninjutsuing repeatedly is pretty busted. So this fizzled our opponent's removal, and I think here we want an on-land. We want a bit more action. That was quite fun, yeah. I mean, obviously our opponent is up in life, and they're looking pretty strong, so, you know, but that's okay. I mean, we're not hell-bent on winning this one. Yep. Yep. We're just going to try to draw a couple of cards. Maybe we can get another land then. If we get another land, then we could... If we don't get another land, that's okay. Nevertheless, we can still draw some cards. And yep, looks good. I might as well just keep the Liberator back. Next turn we can play Catilda or Captain. It's too bad Catilda isn't an enchantment creature. That would be super synergistic. But even so, alright, I mean these two are enchantment creatures, so that's pretty good. Catilda will be a 2-2. Not horrible. Not great, not horrible. Yep. Maybe just... Can still Catilda after this, that's good, okay. Yep. Catilda... And she's a 4/4. Okie dokie. I don't think they have good blocks on the Liberator. Not great, no. Right. Sure. I might just give up. I mean, I really don't need to win, but this is... I think we have pretty overwhelming advantage at this point. Seems to be working well. Now, even if they take something out, we're just going to draw so many cards, and Captain is going to help us to establish our board and develop it further. Yep. Okay, so what are the conclusions? Oh no. We don't want to play more. Thank you. Nope. No. It's fun and what? Oh no, I really wanted to cancel. It's fun and cute, but I'm not a big fan of playing with this kind of starter decks if I don't have to. Okay, we're gonna get someone a free win again. Be happy, my friend. That was an easy rare wild card for you. And easy rare wild card for you. And what we want to do, we want to do two things. One is, we do want to check whether there is an alchemy beyond Kamigawa code, free packs. Sometimes when they release a new set, there is a... Okay, and there is. So if you go to the store, and there is the code redemption, you put in play Neo Alchemy and hit enter, you redeem it. Nice. So we get 3 more packs, which is gonna be good because we get another wild card. So we get the Dragonfly Pilot and a Painful Bond. Painful Bond says you can draw 2 cards, and the cards in your hand with mana value 3 or greater perpetually gain when you cast this spell, you lose 1 life. This is a fantastic card. This is just splendid card draw. And we got the Intense card. People have been making fun of this because it's a little bit of a strange mechanic, Intensity. Anyway, so the Ogre is a 3 for 3, 2 in a red. It comes down with 1 intensity. When it attacks, the intensity increases by 1, right? So first attack, the intensity goes up to 2, and but before it goes up to 2, it deals 1 damage to any target. It can be your opponent or any of their creatures or your creatures if you get any value out of the latter. And next turn, when it attacks, it's going to deal 2 damage to any target, and then its intensity goes up to 3, and so on and so on. It's an interesting little card. It's quite fun. And we got the Kami, we got an Experimental Pilot, and we got the Futurist Spell Thief. Flash 3/2. Futurist Spell Thief enters the battlefield, conjure a duplicate of target spell into your hand. That card perpetually gains you spend mana. So if your opponent casts something that you can make good use of, you can cast it in response and get a copy of your opponent's spell. Say your opponent Toad seizes you, and you're like, well, I could use a Toad Seize myself to get rid of some dangerous card my opponent might have, or just to get information about their hand. You can cast a Spell Thief in response, you get a copy. Maybe your opponent will discard that copy with their Toad Seize, but in that case you get to keep whatever else you had. But you can do this with basically any spell. If you have enough mana, let's say you're at 6 mana, 5 mana, you're casting an Expressive Iteration, you can Future Spell Thief your own Expressive Iteration and then get another copy and cast it again next turn. It looks like a very good value spell. I'm not sure which kind of deck could make best use of it. Artillery Enthusiast is a Goblin Artificer for 1/1/1 red. Modified creatures you control have menace. Okay. When Artillery Enthusiast enters the battlefield, you may discard a card if you do seek a card with mana value equal to that card's mana value. That looks like an interesting combo piece, to be honest. If you have something specific you want to search for, like you have a combo where you need a 2 mana and a 3 mana card, and you have anyway a bunch of 2 and 3 mana card draw in your hand, or removal, and you don't need it at that point, you can use this to basically look for your combo piece. Is that actually good? I'm not sure. Better offer. sorcery, but a random creature card with mana value X or less from target opponent's library onto the battlefield under your control. It perpetually has base power and toughness XX and gains ward. If I know that I don't know. I'm at 8 mana and I know that my opponent is playing a Kraken or Sarah's Emissary and I cast this for 8 and I get their card, which is nice, but never gonna happen. Realistically, what can you do with this? And especially in blue. Like, what kind of creatures would blue decks want? Oof. Gold spend dragons. You can steal your opponent's gold spend dragons at 6 mana. That's not too horrible. In historic control decks, do they want anything their opponent plays? And this is just not very good, right? Strange card. Well, anyway, let's have a look at what kind of alchemy cards are there. We got a bunch of them. Nice, nice, nice. And we want to have a look at the Kamigawa alchemy. We're going to have a look at the cards we didn't collect. So there's Fragment Reality, Inchblade Companion, the Kami, the Cavalry, another Ninja. Scanner, double. Another Ninja, which can conjure virus beetles into your hand. That's pretty busted. I think this is a very good card. Yep. Interesting, interesting, interesting. There are a lot of cards. They're releasing so many cards. It's really just a drain on your wild cards. I mean, if I would craft one of each, I guess my 30 rares would drop down to like 10. Yeah. What is the spellbook of this guy? No, we're not going to craft it, thank you. So the only card I'm at the moment really sort of tempted to draft is the Liberator, and then play a bit of Green Stumpy in Historic. Saboteur looks really fun with some kind of black aggro, maybe black-white, or I don't know, black-green. Bond could be fun, but I'm just not 100% sure where I would want it. Maybe not that Shadow deck, or some kind of deck where I don't care too much about my life total. I'm happy to pay a lot of life just to have the card advantage all the time. And Reality looks very tempting, Fragment Reality. To be honest, I'm not super excited by any of this. I was thinking I would just play a bit of Historic with some of the new cards, but yeah, I don't actually think I am going to do that. Overall, they seem to have wanted to push creature removal a bit, but also release a couple of interesting creatures. One of the cards that I found interesting was the card from the previous Alchemy set, right? The red burn card. Obviously, from the previous set, Purge was very, very powerful, and Captain was very powerful. I haven't played much with Captain, but it's a very annoying and powerful card. And And Discover the Formula is very nice. City Stalker Connoisseur is very nice. Witch is a very useful card. Brushstroke can be used in interesting ways. Blast can be used in interesting ways. Blast. Blast is actually neat. And Rahilda and Downlaser are also pretty good. Maybe Red Burn is good with Conducive Current, but it might still be slow, I don't know. Yeah, Set of the Wilds is very cool. It's very, very cool. If you have like 4, 5, 6 mana cards in your deck and you cast a bunch of Set of the Wilds, it's gonna be awesome. Gitrog looks like a really fun card. I would try this in Commander maybe. The Garruk is decent, nothing special. Begin Anew is decent if you're in those color. Forsaken Crossroads is very good. It can be very good. Helps with mana fixing. Scrying. Key, many people have tried Key, but Key is just a gen card. It's a fun card, but it's not a serious card, I think. Maybe later there's going to be something that breaks Key, but not at the moment, I think. But to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed here. What was the Neon Arcade thing? Oh, this is just for card styles, and you have to pay. I see. So, well, folks, I might end up in a surprise going into a draft. Quick draft is Crimson Vow. Traditional draft is Neo. Traditional draft is really risky though. 3 best of 3s. Shall we go for it though? If you only get 1 wins and 2 losses, then we're not gonna do well. How confident am I? Not super confident. My last few runs didn't go well. I feel like I'm misunderstanding something about the format at the moment. The format seems to be changing into a more aggressive format, and somehow I feel like I've missed some of the developments and haven't been drafting optimally. I am gonna go with a Premier draft because, sorry everyone, just a bit of snacking. It's the Kobaya Panda snack. Very cute. You get all these kind of funky little snacks in Japan. One of the things I like in Japan is when I lived in Europe, there's sort of an idea that grown-up people shouldn't be enjoying cute things, things that have sort of like more fantasy, more creativity, a little bit more unusual pairings of ideas in them. There's kind of what counts as grown-up and what doesn't. And that's culturally a little bit different here in Japan. And people are a bit more liberal about, decorating things, enjoying colorful, cute, funny things. So Welder is definitely not something I'm looking to put in my deck. Ambusher could be good if I go blue-black. Archer, Sashiro, Emergence are all decent. Touch the Spirit Realm is just a good removal spell that can also save one of your creatures. What is the best thing here? I actually like the flying blocker and the defender, because they're good raid creatures. And archers also these. Ambusher can be these. Maybe I'll just go with the realm though. It's probably good removal spell and doesn't wheel usually. Greasefang can be okay if I can draft black-white aggressive. I haven't drafted the deck in a while, but this looks like a good start to do it if I can get a couple of decent vehicles. Alternatively, we could go with the Kitsune, it's an okay card. Operative, Koi are okay. Sashiro is of course strong. Haven can help with fixing whatever direction I go in. Yeah, this is a bit of a commitment. Bit of a commitment. Straight at the start. But I might try and go with some low to the ground. Black white. If I would want to go with a safer pick, I would go probably with these things or this. Yeah, I mean, Greasefang locks me in pretty hard into certain things. Oh, and then we get a vehicle. And we get also Solitude. I like Solitude as well recently. Good, good card advantage. Yeah, I'm not that tempted to play again the green value pile. Although it's the third Sashiro. There's also a network terminal, which is good. Hoover Bike can be alright. Is Greasefang going to wheel? Surges these. Let's try some aggression. Flame Discharge is very good. Caves is okay. Yeah, green. I mean, there is good green stuff. I haven't seen a lot of good black stuff though, but some okayish white stuff. I think I'm just gonna go with the discharge here though. So another Veldor. That's horrible. We could go with the mods. Archer is of course good, and the Shadow Walker is good. Oof. So what would be our fallback color here? Or we could just go with the Song Shaper actually and go aggressive. Let's try and keep up the aggression. Yeah, that would enable a blue splash. But then again, I like this card, but it's a bit slow. Destroy artifact. This and this might wheel. This is not in a color that I'm really looking to play. Spell Pierce, not necessarily. I mean, in some sense, the Tranquil Cove would be good. Kami can be good, but we need some removal. And this can be direct damage and go to face as well. What's better here, Peerless or Eiganjo Exemplar? Maybe the Kitsune is actually pretty good. Having a double striker can be good, and then we can still hope to get some decent aggressive creatures later. Oh, Synthesizer is very nice. It can help us to... What the heck, man? These guys are wheeling like crazy. So bot is not too bad here, because this deck might have a good number of artifacts, and some of them are gonna go to the graveyard. And again, with that, I might as well play one of these. It's a 3-mana 3/3 that can help us return something. I'm sort of tempted by the Katana, but I think I want to have a high density of creatures in this deck if I really play this. These are not great creatures, but look, this is what we're getting anyway, so maybe I read the deck well. Red seems to be the open color, definitely. I haven't played an really aggressive deck since the start of the format. I mean, this looks like something that could go even 15 lands, and they'll just try to go very, very fast. Yeah. I don't think I want to play both Lucky Offering and Explosive Entry, but one of the two can be okay. Oh, and we get Atsushi. That's actually super good for us. Flying Trample. I can either cast 2 cards when it dies or create 3 treasures. Prancer is of course very good, Containment Construct is very good, Hoover Bike and Exemplar would be good for this deck, Assault would be okay for this deck. Modern Age is just good always if you can splash for it, but I'm not sure we can do that. Surge is nice, but this just has to be Atsushi, and then if somehow I would get 2 dual lands, maybe I would consider splashing for something blue. Surge would be very nice, but I don't think it's going to come around. To be honest, if one of these 2 comes around, or this one, I'll be moderately okay. But Atsushi was, I think, a good pick. Ooh. This card is just so useful and strong. I'm really tempted to splash for it. Yeah. Or 6 mana. 6 mana. We do have, and we're going to have a decent number of artifacts, but still. Intervention is okay removal. Songshipper, Kunai is okay removal. Shall I go with the reactor? Well, the reactor can be a decent threat. It's pretty slow though. I think I just want to keep the road open for my creatures to keep getting in. Konda. Konda is so tricky. If you play against green and they're starting to go big, it's super nice. Other than that, it can really fizzle against like the faster blue blacks or white reds. I mean, Barons would be nice. It could enable me to splash. Hoover Bike is just very decent as well, but I think I do like the Subduer. Barons is very tempting, but if I get a good number of Subduers, that's pretty good. I like March of Swirling Mist, but I don't think we can splash blue. Norika would be useful as well, although in this deck we won't have that many enchantments. Keeper is much better than I gave it credit for at the beginning, because it replaces itself if you have something to modify it. Kunai would be good, Intervention would be good, but I think Michiko is in general the strongest card. This one would be also good. We could splash something green. Mentor isn't bad. I mean, it doles out 2 counters overall. But Seismic Wave has been very useful whenever I played it or it's been played against me. Flare, obviously decent. 1 should come. Mods could be okay here as well, because we do need to get in, and getting flying on one of our... Yeah, getting flying on one of our small creatures can be quite crucial to get in for the last few points of damage. Kumano is good as well, a little bit of value. Buffs one of our creatures. I mean, hopefully in this deck the Steelbreaker is alright. I love Puzzle Maker, and I'm still sort of hoping that I can splash for something a little bit, but this is just so much more synergistic here that I'm just going to take it. Yeah, and this is actually not that easy. So Assault can be these. Surge is obviously fine. An Exemplar would be good. How many creatures do I have? I already have 9 creatures, but Exemplar is still just nice to getting in though. I do want a very high number. Okay, we get another chance at the reactor. How are we doing with artifacts? 4. Maybe Songshaper is better. Or 1 Assault. Assault could help us to go in for lethal in an unexpected situation. Oh, we get another Assault though. So we already have this, we have this. Yeah, should we take on something else? Definitely. We can take this. For the moment, these 2 should go. Wow, wow, wow. I'm just gonna take one of that, just in case we get to splash. Uh-huh. Weird. Oh, that's nice. Ah, another tempered and solitude would be good too. I look green, some nice stuff. Another exemplar would be alright as well. But to be honest, yeah. I haven't played with this card, I'm not even sure I have a copy of it, so anyway, I'm sort of happy to try it. This could enable a splash for blue if you see something decent. And I'm a little bit tempted by the hot spring as well. But I think synthesizer is what we have to pick. Ah, Satoru Miyazawa, I really wanted to play that one time. Haven't gotten the chance yet. So suit could be good because it's a flyer. We already have two synthesizers. We have a Steelbreaker. We have an exemplar. Hot Spring would be nice. I like Hot Spring. I like Hot Springs in Japan as well. It's really nice. But also just I don't know. But I mean, we won't have fixing, right? Not in red, white, and then imagine sitting there with it and not drawing our Uncharted Haven. Yeah, that just doesn't work. That just doesn't work. Automaton. Automaton is good here because we have a good number of artifacts and it also helps us with the other artifacts, right? Surge would be good, of course. We would need a bit more removal, but I think Automaton is just nice aggression. Okay, this deck is becoming aggressive in a good way. So Terrarium is interesting here as an option because it is something that could help us to ramp out, but we don't really want to ramp, we want to be aggressive. Sky Plus Samurai is obviously good, but we don't have many enchantments, so it will be quite expensive most of the time. And for 5 mana, I'm not sure I want to cast it. We would rather cast a Hero of Enlightenment. Yeah. Oh, another Flame Discharge. The Crag would be brilliant, but we just have to pick the Discharge, right? Discharge is one of the... It's maybe the best red removal. Yeah, we just have to go with that. Crag would be so good, but... Yeah. Okay, so we have a bunch of interesting stuff. Um, yeah, I wouldn't complain at the moment, to be honest. Warpaint is okay, nothing amazing. Can Sentinel be good here? Not really, I think. We already have a Dragonfly suit. I think I'm usually happy to play a Samurai. It can help us with fixing. If we do need to curve into something, it does that. Another Ember Keeper. It's not that good. The boar is pretty good though. The boar is very aggressive. I like the boar. I think the boar can be a good. Both the channel ability can come in handy, and just in itself, it's a 5/4 hasty trampling creature. Yep, it's good. So we can either pick another Ronin. Courtyard can't do much for us. We don't have any creature type that would be so prevalent. I mean, 5 samurai and 7 what? 7 humans, but yeah, it's not much. Mentor, but I don't think I'm going to play it actually. Although who knows, with all the small creatures, might be okay-ish. We don't want too many expensive things though, do we? Yeah. Steelbreaker is okay, and it's an on-raid creature for this format. Yeah. We don't really want another moth either, though. I think I don't have all the copies. Well, let's just take this, but it's very unlikely. I don't think I want to play a second Steelbreaker. This deck wants to go pretty fast, mainly. So, these are the removal spells, right? Yeah, nothing here, thank you. So we have a bit of card advantage and selection with the synthesizer and tempered associate. Kumano is basically a creature. Well, that's a bit of selection, to be honest. That's the main function. Yeah, prototype wouldn't be horrible in this. Yeah, as a ramp card, but it's not great either. What else? Right. So what we want to do? These are our creatures, and then this is basically a creature as well. And removal. I think our removal came together actually pretty decent. Yeah, removal is okay. Oh, this isn't removal, sorry, that's combat trick. But that's 6 removal spells, 3 card selection spells. I'm not even sure I'm going to run the suit. And I don't really have a lot of flyers though, and flyers can be so useful to get in for the last few points of damage. It's true. But yeah, vehicles are just not great overall. So yeah, this is a bit tricky because this is a big chunk of stuff that isn't exactly proactive. And I do want at least 15 creatures, so like, what do I cut? There are a few things that can modify, aren't there? Yeah, we can reconfigure with the helm. And this one gets +1/+1s. And what do we cut, people? What do we cut? Vicious Assault? Assault can be so fun as well. But maybe we have enough card draw and we just need to really get through. Okay. So we got Assault. Don't want to dawdle too much though, right? Dawdling too much is definitely not good. Not going to cut these guys. I'm not sure about the moth actually. Having a flyer is neat, but it's not exactly a fast card. Yeah, we just want removal and we want all the little guys to get in, right? And get us a couple of new cards. That's true. What do we want from the Valder, really? What can the Valder do for us? Not much. Not a lot. I mean, if something would be destroyed and the Valder is active, like... Valder is nice with the synthesizers, it can loop them. That's true. It can sack a Song Shaper to get back an Automaton, if that's better. That seems served to be it. It can sack a Song Shaper to get back a Helm. If the Helm dies for some reason. None of that seems very good. I don't think I want to do that. I mean, those things just seem slow. and suboptimal. But then again, getting back a kunai from a synthesizer and getting the extra card with the synthesizer, that would be a nice interaction. Okay, that could be something. But now I feel like I'm just looking for excuses to play it. There don't seem to be so many ways of modifying creatures as to justify playing the Ember Keeper. So I think I'm just gonna go with this. And there's a lot more red than white, right? We definitely need more red. So we're gonna go like this. Alright. Haven't played this kind of aggro deck in a while in this format. And I'm not sure whether it works out or not, but you know, it might. It might. Who knows? We'll see. I would have wanted to play ninjas, but I think it's so heavily drafted. Like it's just insanely popular. Yeah. So definitely we lead with Kumano faces Kakaza. And then we probably go into Song Shaper. And ooh. Subduer with Exemplar could be nicer though. Yep. Okay, so we have the bigger Exemplar. And we will have the Subduer. I wish I would have gotten more Subduers. In some drafts, people have been passing on Subduers like crazy. I saw 3 or 4, but today I only saw 1. This deck would have thrived with 3 Subduers or so. We're gonna take it, and the opponent has something, obviously. Norika, Norika is okay, it's quite good. Right, we get that, and we're gonna go. Peerless might be okay. Going to attack alone, though, not really. Right, so we can tap the Norika, go in with the Exemplar, and we're leading. And our Kumano can block pretty profitably. That's an enchantment creature. That's a strong synergy with Norika. Norika can enable people to cast that again. Oh, I have that card too. Now I would need one of my 6 removal spells, please. At least one. Give me one of my 6 removal spells. Pretty, please. So we're gonna cast the Song Shaper to build our board. And we are gonna go with the Exemplar again. And we're gonna tap the Kitsune and let our opponent block, double block, single block. Oh, but that doesn't save my creature though. No. It gives it 3-1, which is not enough to deal with it. It is enough, because Norika only deals 3 damage. So that's gonna be 4 toughness. Yeah. That's neat. Okay, our opponent is on 10 and they lost Norika, which is good. What do they have? If they have a Sashiro and they start pumping their Blade Blizzard Kitsune, I'm in trouble. I might fall behind. I would really need to start drawing my removal. I have 6 removal spells, haven't seen 1. Fair enough. Statistically, I should have seen 1.5, but hey. Spinning Wheel Kick. Why wasn't it... What? What's my opponent doing? We don't need more planes. Helm would be actually brilliant. Helm would be very, very good here. So, warrior or samurai? I mean, etching can go, I guess. Yeah. Etching can keep getting in. I don't mind trading the etching. Yeah, that's okay. What? Oh, this one doesn't have first strike. Oh, I always mix it up with the era of enlightenment. Silly me. Oh, that was a big, 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 big mistake, no? It was right. So we do want this. Combat damage to a player. So we can reconfigure it on the. Actually, we can reconfigure it on the samurai. And send in the samurai. And tap the kitsune. If they take it, I'll be happy. I think I'll sacrifice the and draw 3 cards. That's just good. 3 cards are pretty big. And yep, we get Atsushi. This was definitely worth it. This was definitely worth it. And the wave is excellent here as well because we can shoot down the Kitsune. Yeah, I think we're just win here. It's of course a lucky draw as well, you have to admit. But yeah, that's pretty good. That's just pretty good. Ooh, we could win here in multiple ways, right? Yeah, pretty nasty. But I think what I'm going to do actually is to that's 3 mana as well. Still, I think I'll just do this and get rid of all their creatures, basically. Except the shrine. Yep. Yeah, this just kills all 3/1 toughness creatures. We can basically go with everything. Yeah, let's just go with everything. Ah, they have something. What do they have? What do you have, buddy? Oh, don't think too much. We don't have all day for you to think about this. High speed Hoover bike. Gosh. People can play. Yeah, we're gonna go in. Go, go, go. Yeah, you should man the Hoover bike. That's the correct play indeed. And try to block one of my 2 creatures. Very good. Okay. And which one are you going to block? Good job! What a smarty you are! Look at that! You figured it out. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, we're going to take action. We're going to draw 3 more cards. And I'm going to play this. And see what we can do here. Ooh, that's pretty lucky. That is pretty lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Why? I don't know. Not sure why that was important, but our opponent really wanted to. make that play. We're gonna do that, and I think we're gonna attack with everything. So our opponent has to trade off their creatures here. And yep, that's fine. We still have the advantage. Maybe I should have kept the Atsushi though, and the Kunai. Probably. Did Atsushi have... No, it doesn't have haste, right? No. So my opponent needs a blocker or a removal. Oh, they have Tanuki. Tanuki is a pretty decent blocker. Flame Discharge is pretty decent though too. So we can discharge Tanuki. And I guess go in. Really? Are you sure? What? Oh, I should have, of course, silly me, that cost mana. Somehow I remember that you just sacrifice, but I could have gotten in for lethal. Many small puns in this game on my part. Yeah, it's entirely my fault. Wow, my opponent got 2 Kitsune. It's entirely my fault that my opponent is still in the game. Yeah, this is a bit annoying, but actually I don't have good trades here. So I have to keep on to my board. And I drew 8 lands. Oof. Teachings is very strong, yeah. That could be a comeback for my opponent, definitely. That could be a comeback. Okay. We have our own Kitsune. Yeah, that's decent. I messed up here a bit. Not a bit, actually. Quite a bit. Yeah, I think I gave away lethal. That's good, yeah. That's pretty good. Do they have Season of Renewal? We're looking at their graveyard. That must be Season of Renewal, and then they can get back Imperial Oath and Tanuki or Spinning Wheel Kick. No, they can't get back Spinning Wheel Kick because they can get back an enchantment and a creature. Yep. So it's gonna be Tanuki and probably the other Kitsune. That would be a good candidate. That's what I would get back. Norika! Norika is neat. Okay, that's a good one. That is a good one. And yeah, sure. Land. Very nice. On number 9. I don't have any very good trades for this deal breaker. The opponent has so many of these little guys now. Nah. I think I'm just gonna activate this. Another land. Well, at least we have thinned our deck a little bit. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 lands. That's okay-ish. So there are 5 more, so there are 8 non-lands in our deck. Yeah. Mm-hmm. About 60%, 65% to draw non-land. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. If that dies, but Tanuki comes back. That's sad. And I don't have flyers, and this is where, for example, having the suit would just be so incredibly good. So incredibly good. We've seen one synthesizer. Do we have anything we can use to get in? Not really, to be honest. No, I don't think we have any way to get in actually. Oh, do I have one mods? No, I took out the mods as well. So basically, I changed my deck in a way that if the game goes long, I am bound to lose. That's not very wise, is it? Not exactly, no. Huh. I changed my deck from a grindy deck into a losing deck. It's a little bit sad. It's a little bit sad. No. It is pretty sad. Yeah, the 2 first strikes can take that out. We can kill that, kill one of these. But I just don't think I have anything that could win me the game. I think by discarding Atsushi and Kunai, I discarded the 2 cards that could have gone over my opponent's defenses. Kunai could have also taken out the Shintai, Go Shintai. Ooh, Kappa. That's neat. Kappa can take out the Steelbreaker. Yeah. Pretty good. And then I'm just dead next turn. Nice. Wow. Good, Yep. Too little, too late. Well done, opponent. Yeah, that's not worth it, obviously. Wow. I messed up really badly. What a misplay. I could have won this game easily. With Atsushi just flying in, or the Kunai just dealing direct damage to my opponent. And instead I discarded that. I misread the helm, to be honest. Misremembered. It's my first time playing it, and I thought that I'd simply draw 3 cards if I sacrificed it. But of course that would be pretty busted. So instead, what it does is it gives you 3 cards if you sack it, but you have to discard your hand as well. So people, don't make the same mistake that I made. And yeah, so this is really tricky. I would need some way to get in late in the game, so Moth might come back. Ambitious Assault, yeah, Velder would have been decent as well. This format is weird, right? Because there is an element of it's good if you're aggressive and you can get in well, but there is an element of value plays. Yeah. That's right. So everything was okay overall. You didn't get, yeah, but I mean, look, there were still more than 10 cards, so not getting 2 of my cards in draft, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this would have been nice on the shrine earlier, but you know, that's again alive. Maybe Steelbreaker wasn't that convincing. Steelbreaker has never been convincing for me, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen it do well in a very few cases, but just not really it. Sorry folks, just a second and I'll be with you. I just need to refill my water glass. Steelbreaker just never really seems to be it. Alrighty. I'm back. This is again quite good. Let's hope I don't mess up the way I messed up in the previous one. That was quite a bad punt. So the Kumano Egg Hunter Exemplar stack is actually very, very decent. Okay, yeah. That's certainly a good value start. My opponent is on white. So they're splashing for white. What are they playing? What are they playing? It's a good question. Huh. Okay, we got the 2-2. And we're gonna play the Kitsune like this. Oh, I could have actually gotten back my... Yeah, I could have gotten back the etching. But I don't really have a creature to go with it. But maybe that would have been nice. What should we do with that now? Are we going to block? I don't think so. Oh, we can just keep this up and use it at the end of my opponent's turn. Yeah, I think that's maybe the best. Just keep it up and use it then. Okay, and what now? What does my opponent have? Yeah. That's okay, because that means they're not going to use their... Dokuchi Shadowwalker? Nashi. Nashi comes in and dies immediately. That's sad. But what would Nashi have achieved here? 7 life? Really? It's pretty risky, man. But anyway, we're just gonna take this one out as well and then go in for lethal. Yeah, Flame Discharge is an annoying spell, right? Okay, that was at least fast. I like this. If I wouldn't have punted in the previous one, I could have won that too, so I like... yeah. I have been stepping back and forth between Platinum 3 and 4 draft. Interesting, interesting. Mastery Orb, oh my god. Oh, okay, let's see. Huh. 1-1. We are in a roll. Oh, people, this game is fun sometimes. Sometimes it's so maddening. That's not ideal. Solitude is good though. We can Automaton and Solitude, which is these. This is far away, this is far away, this is far away. Kunai is interesting now, right? Because in some ways I would want to play it to be mana efficient, but in some ways I don't want to play it because it's nicer to play it when the Automaton can be grown by playing it. Alright, this is actually good, because next turn we can play Solitude and Kunai. Yep. Mana Dork Boy. Little mana Dork Boy King. Green white value tile. What do we see? These ones are hard to beat. Especially this is not a super duper fast start. Oof. Oof, oof. So maybe here we just want to get rid of their mana boy, just to deny them more mana, right? And the counter has sort of been wasted a little bit. And next turn we can kunai away the preserver. Not great. Not horrible, but not great. That's interesting. So now, what would we want here? What would we want here? We would want a land. But we also want to get rid of the preserver. We don't want 4 mana attacks to 4/3. Yeah, we don't want this kind of attacks to start, do we? No. Yeah, that's fine. We can keep that up. It's worth 2. So maybe taking out the suit would be nice. I don't know. Yeah, taking out the suit would also be neat. But the suit only works if there is something to crew it. Okay. Opponent attacks with the preserver. I think we're just gonna kunai them though. Well, because if they don't have anything to crew the suit with, that's okay. Wow. Neat. 6. Wow. That's brutal. What a beating. What a beating I'm taking here, ladies and gentlemen. What a beating. Pretty bad beating. Yeah. Pretty bad. Okie dokie, we keep up the board, and we hope to be able to blow my opponent out a little bit. But they're just gonna man the suit with the visitor, because it's crew 1. The suit is pretty efficient. Yeah. It's just crew 1. Well, we can kill the suit, but it's not amazing. Yeah, it's just not great. Just does not feel great. What's the idea? Uh-huh. Oh, how annoying. One, 3. Yeah, we would just have to Iron Hoof Boar here and hope to blow my opponent out. I'm still spending 3 cards to get rid of 2 cards of my opponent, but yeah, it's life. It's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. And they have a Tanuki to follow it up. Naturally, what else? What else would my opponent have than a Tanuki sitting in their hand? It's always a Tanuki, I've noticed this. Almost always a Tanuki. But probably people make risky plays if they have a backup Tanuki. That's why I always experience this. That makes sense. We don't have anything to get rid of the Tanuki with. So I'm in trouble. My opponent is coming in for 9. Wow, that's pretty good. So unless I draw... Not this. Not this. No, not exactly this. But now I get the 2 seconds I would have needed in the previous game. Discard a card. Yeah, I mean, Michiko is not doing much for us here. That's pretty good, actually. And we're going to deal our Wanderer for 1 damage. And get rid of the Tanuki. We didn't do too poorly. I mean, we could get rid of even of the Tanuki, but, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, green is just stronger than red. That's what it was basically. An interesting lesson about. Okay. Well, that was to be expected. Green is stronger than red, so, you know, not much I can do about that. Not doing very well so far. I should have won that first game, though. That was a big punt with the helmet when I discarded Atsushi, the Flying Dragon, and the Kunai. Those 2 things would have easily won me the game. This game didn't go so smoothly, so we are in a little bit harder position. Yeah. This is interesting. It's not a horrible hand. I mean, I can't cast some of my things, but I could be reasonably aggressive if my opponent isn't super lucky. They are dawdling a little bit, so I'm like, maybe it's good to build a board and try and get damage in. Yeah. It's usually not a horrible plan, to be honest. Usually not a horrible plan to get damage in. We can go in for 4 next turn. That's pretty decent. Does it have Death Touch? No, it doesn't. It's good. We could even get rid of it, though. And I think I'm just gonna get rid of it. It's a very, very annoying value creature. Yeah, we don't want that around. And we do want to get in for more damage. Everyone is playing the value piles. Well, I sort of understand, right? That's what I've been playing as well, so not much I can do about that. And I certainly shouldn't blame my opponent for it. Right, that one white, bring this guy, going for 2. I'm just worried that I'm going to exile something that has white mana, or one of my bigger red cards, and then I'm gonna be like, shush, or removal spell, and I can't cast it, can't make use of it. Now it's okay, sure. Now removal spell would be good, or... white mana, well, that's not amazing, but not too horrible either. You cast the Exemplar, and we're okay for the moment, probably. We're not doing too badly on mana, we're not doing too badly on cards so far. We're a little bit even ahead, which is surprising. But now we need to make a push. Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna work brilliantly. Okay. The moth came. Now the moths are not bad because we can put it on the Ronin. I mean, it's not... But it can draw us a new card, right? Yeah. Oof, de hülye vagyok. It won't get in because of the... And I would have gotten the same thing on the Exemplar. Oh god. Never mind. Never mind. Well, we can do that still next turn. Oh, it still gets the +1/+1 from the exemplar. Of course, that's good though. That's good though. Alright. Then we're okay. But it would have been one more damage, right? So that would have been a 3/2 and then a 4/3. Yeah, but then the Bamboo Groove Archer could have blocked it profitably. Alright, then it didn't work out that horribly. Of course, my opponent uses Virus Beetle perfectly, and then they get a Twisted Embrace, which they're going to cast on the which one? Ronin? Exemplar? Exemplar. I see. I see. Who should get flying? Difficult. I mean, the automaton can get flying, and then I can push the archer at least to extinction, and then maybe the moths can go in later. Yeah, that wasn't great, but not much I can do about that. Yeah, my opponent has been drawing really well. Invoke Despair, Shigeki, 2 rares, and then Twisted Embrace and Archer. God. Beetle at the right time. Draw off the Kami. God, that deck, I hate it. I really hate it. I just really hate that deck. Indeed, we're going to discard another land and draw another land. And so that's 3, 5, 10 lands. Beautiful! We have 5 more, so 25% of our remaining deck is lands, which is not much. So I should be mainly drawing non-lands, right? 3 out of the next 4 cards should be non-lands. Let's see whether that works out or not. Oh, they can cycle with the Beetle. God, I hate the Beetle. Yeah, having the Wanderer's intervention would have been super duper useful. And of course they get a reach creature. What else would they get off the top? How hateful. It's unbelievable. Unbelievably hateful, ladies and gentlemen. Scrap Welder is entirely and absolutely useless because we don't have a single solitary artifact on the board. So Scrap Welder can go on to the bottom. At the same time, Ironhood 4 is a splendid card. And what we're going to do is we're going to attack with... I have to attack alone. Well, we can attack with this little boy and get rid of the... Yeah. And then have the boar. And let's see what we get. Cuff wouldn't be bad there. Yeah, if I could have blown out the cuff, that would have been nice, but I can't, so, well, that's life. No, we end the turn. This is what it is. They cycle a card. Cycling is so powerful, they're getting rid of all their excess land. We have drawn half of their land and they've only seen 8 lands. And a lot of gas, and we've drawn a little bit more than half, and we've drawn already like, what, 7, 8, 9, 10 lands, which is like more than 60% of our lands. We're just gonna take it, naturally, not much else we can do. And they are sitting on 4 cards, so Tanuki is just the next thing they're going to cast naturally. Favor of Jukai is there as well, we can see that. Dokuchi Shadow Walker, brilliant. Man, gotta love this. Sure. I don't know what took so long about this, but our opponent was like very careful about casting their Dokuchi Shadow Walker. We're going to go in with the Moth. If they block, we're gonna bore. Yep, we're gonna bore there. We get another land meanwhile, which is almost, what, less than 25% chance to get another land at this stage. Never mind. They have a spell to protect it. Of course, why wouldn't they? And we're going to die a pathetic death to flood. We should have drawn about 2-3 less lands and more action. And our opponent should have statistically drawn. Probably this is the right amount of lands, but they were just lucky that they could filter very efficiently. Rough, rough, rough. We are dying. Twisted Embrace number 2 on the Moth. We're definitely dying here. People, this has been another very, very short run. It's going to be another 1-3. And a quick one at that. Okay, we do get Atsushi, but Atsushi at this point just isn't going to do anything. So, you know, totally, utterly useless. We're going to send in the Ronin so that we can get rid of another land and draw another land. Okie dokie. We can kill the beetle. How wonderful. My opponent is going to get rid of another land they have in their hand. And draw a card. Yep, naturally. We're going to draw the Subdurer. Which is not horrible at least. Not atrocious. So what can we do? Kunai? What else, man? What else? What else would our opponent top deck? Our Kunai and our other removal spells are sitting very, very snugly on the bottom of our deck, of course. Sitting on the bottom of our deck. Where else? Where else would they be? What do you think? I probably would attack. The Shadow Walker into Atsushi is not a bad deal for my opponent at all. Yeah, and I have to block. I can't really raise them, sadly, because if I let them hit me, they're just going to come in for lethal next turn. And naturally, they have another combat spell or removal spell. Really? Anthony? Huh. Pretty good. Pretty good. Right, we get Michiko. Pretty useless. Please don't tell me that they have... But this is not in my hands, so technically they can't really do much. But they could pass, for example, or cast a card. Why not? Brilliant. Great play, opponent. Great play. So I think I do want to try and go in with this. If they offer a trade, I'm okay to accept. They're not offering a trade. Very naughty. Not offering me the trade. We can't really get rid of anything. We can Michiko, but it just doesn't do that much. Sure. And we can get rid of their higher damage creature. And that's it. Not much else I can do here, and try to raise them, or hope that I can put up a fight somehow. But they drew unconditional enchantment removal, Fade into Antiquity. That's absolutely the normal top deck at this stage of the game. Or Season of Renewal, maybe. Oh no, they drew a land. Wow, that was unbelievable. Okay, that's not horrible. It's surprisingly not entirely horrible. That's horrible. That's entirely horrible, but, that was to be expected. We got all the lands from our deck. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, 13. There are only 2 lands left in our deck. Wow. That's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. 7 playables still in our deck, but we're drawing lands. Going strong. Double lands. Yes, please. So what can opponent do? Opponent could threaten, but they don't. And we do get the helm. Now Michiko can't attack this turn, which is a shame. The problem is that if I send something with the helm now, yeah, I can put the helm on the Hand of Enlightenment. They can block it with the cuff. I can also send the little samurai, and they trade with the bearer. Or I put it on the samurai, and then they kill the Hand of Enlightenment. That's not bad though. I think it's still worth. Yeah, I think I put it on the hand, and I'm still gonna try and get in, because if they trade with the bearer, that's good. Yeah. Oh, I'm silly, because actually they can use the ability of the bearer. I totally forgot about that. I totally 100% forgot about the ability of the bearer. Yep, that was a mistake indeed. So now they're actually in a better position than they have been a moment ago. And look at us. We drew our first synthesizer early on in the game. The second one was here in the last 10. We still haven't drawn Tempered in Solitude. We still haven't drawn one of our Flame Discharges, so that's okay. What else do we have that could achieve anything? The mods are long gone, aren't they? Yeah, the mods are gone. Oh, they're gonna get Twisted Embrace number 3, probably. No, they don't have anything to get. That's good. But that was again a mistake. So many puns on my part. It's fantastic. But they'd spend 5 mana, but they can just double block Michiko very easily here. Can just double block Michiko very easily. If I don't, basically the only thing that could pull me out of this quagmire is Flame Discharge. Yeah, Seismic is gone. Can't use it on the Shrine Steward and force them to double block Michiko disadvantageously. Okay, we do get the Flame Discharge. What do we do with it though? I think we shoot it on the bearer. And then Michiko is a 6/6 and they have to block it, right? Yeah. They can keep pumping the bearer. Yeah, so that's dangerous. We don't want that. So the bearer. How much is that? 3. 3. So we can push this for 4, basically, right? Yeah. Okay. What do they have? What do they have? Huh? What? Oh, so I need to reconfigure again. Oh, that's fantastic. It's fucking fantastic. I mean, I could go in like this. And they have to block Michiko with something. They can kill the hand or the helm. If they kill the helm, that's not really good for me, though. Yeah. Shh. This is horrible. This is horrible. That network terminal has saved their ass so many times. And of course they top deck a Shigeki. Unbelievable how one yeah, of course. Well, anyway, problem is that if I attack now, they just kill everything I have, right? It's that's their top deck, honestly. Oh, come on. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, they did draw a good amount. I don't know what to do. There's nothing I can do, really. I can sack Michiko, but that's pretty much it. Sack Michiko. The boar is gone. The boar is gone a long time ago. I mean, yeah, nothing I can do here. Sacking Michiko doesn't make any sense. Michiko doesn't make any sense because, you know, we just need to try and draw something somehow. Of course. Yeah, the network terminal is just gonna make sure that they have pure gas. Man, this has been a really now, honestly. Honestly, really. So wait a moment. Last turn it would have been lethal. But it comes now, of course. Yep, sure. I can get rid of Shigeki. That's one option I have. If I get rid of Shigeki, they can of course still kill Michiko, but Michiko takes at least 2 things with it. It's just something. And I'll have the Ogre next turn. I really don't want to use this though on I hate if I have to use this on a friend of Shigeki. And it's so meaningless. What if I use this? What if I use this on the Shrine Steward? Then they can block the Enlightenment with the Cuff. Just block the Michiko with the Shigeki. It's not great either. Yeah. No, this is just supremely annoying that they had that Shigeki. Oh god. The network terminal came out for them at the beginning. They're drawing a good amount of lands. They had the Invoke Despair and the 2 Twisted Embraces. They had the Virus Beetle at the right point. They had their Kunai at the right point. God, I'm so salty. I shouldn't be, but I am. Sorry everyone. This is just very annoying how things are going at the moment. So I can do 2 things here. I can send the Hand of Enlightenment. 5, 6, 7, 8. But then the thing is, they can just block Michiko though with one of the tokens and then kill the Enlightenment easily still. Yeah. I have to offer my Michiko here. I'm not gonna draw anything, that's obvious. I'm gonna draw another land. That's 100% sure. 100% sure. Yeah, that was to be expected. Yeah, sure. As usual. Ah, gosh! That kunai came exactly one turn late. Oh, seasoner for you. Please don't have it. Please don't only have bombs in your deck. God. And even though they had the network terminal, I've seen more cards, but I mean, my draws have just been abysmal. Yeah, of course, of course, of course. What else? What else? So what do they get? They can get back to kunai and kill me, right? They can come in for 2, 5, 6. So they can come in for 5, put kunai on the Searchlight Companion and kill me for... Yeah, I can do that. Well, not exactly. The Hand of Enlightenment can help them a bit. Oh, that heals them as well. It's beautiful. Draws them a card, heals them. How nice. How very, 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 very nice. God. I'm desperate. This has been... Well, I can't blame really only bad luck though. I did make many mistakes and punted a few times, so you know. It is what it is. It really just is what it is. Yeah, just gonna go in here and we're gonna die next turn. Sure, sure, sure. Yep, beautiful. I just don't really care anymore. That's what that's what this attack was. I can't. I feel like, you know, it just doesn't make sense. Just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Yeah. Oh well. All the value, please. All the value. Sure, sure, sure. I should have played black-green. Why didn't I even try red-white? Lol. Should have just played red-green. Oh, black-green, of course. They had the web spinner cup at the right moment at the beginning as a blocker. It's just been fantastically poor. But that's just really the power of the colors, right? Like in red. Yeah. Sure, sure, sure. In red, there is nothing that matches up against these cards well. Yeah, there are just no red creatures which would match up well, and no removal like Twisted Embrace, no way of recurring things like Room Shrieker or Kami. So yeah, I think it's my third 1/3 run in a row, which is weird. For that, I had like a couple of 7 and 5 runs, so I don't know. Wow, that's pretty pathetic. People, I'm not proud of this. This has been maybe my worst run. To be honest, there were 2 or 3 really big buns on my part in this one. Partly because I just don't play the red cards, partly because I didn't pay attention. Sad, sad, sad. But hey, doesn't make sense to be mad. It's just a game. It's still fun. And yep, good times. And I guess that's about it slowly for today for me. Thank you for bearing with me. This was an interesting run. I'm sort of happy that I did try the red-white deck. I think the first game I definitely could have won. This last one, this was just a bit unlucky in some places. I could have played better, but by the end I was sort of losing my cool. And don't do that. Obviously, you will perform better if you stay calm and cheerful throughout the game. But sometimes that's not easy. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good day or a good night, whatever the time is where you are, and take care.